So the movie I did is called Mooz-Lum, and I already find it interesting because they spelled it Moozlum, so it spells Muslim, and it's a story about a young man named Tariq Mahdi and his family, and basically they are going through a difficult time because his father Hassan Mahdi, who's a very strict Muslim man, and his mother Sophia, who is the mother, and she basically wants to protect the son from his very strict father. Something that is problematic was that they 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 portrayed Muslims as bad people towards the beginning of the movie, but um, they said that Muslims are bad people. Also, the movie talks about actually it takes place around the time where 9/11 happened, and after the 9/11 or that day, they some people were actually abusing and treating bad the Muslim people in the movie, and also they were bullying them. They were, you know, hitting them. They threw bottles at them, and they wanted to like beat them up and everything because they related the whole 9/11 to every Muslim person in the United States, and so I found that as problematic. Um, they shouldn't have done that in the movie, but they did. They showed that, so um, that's one of the things I found in the movie. And a brief summary of the movie is, the movie is basically about a young man whose name is Tariq, and he is basically trying to find himself. He's going through life. He's going to go to college, and as he goes to college, he gets flashbacks of when he was younger, when he was in elementary school, and that basically has a huge impact about the way he feels about Muslim people. So he didn't have a good experience growing up as a Muslim because at a very young age, um, his dad decided to put him in an all boy Muslim school so that he becomes a Hazif, Hafiz. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Which he wants him to memorize the entire Quran and become a good Muslim man. But Tariq has a bad experience in that school because the principal of the school, the man who's in charge, actually is a bad person. He believes that punishing the students for not memorizing the Quran properly or disobeying him, uh, and basically he would beat them up if they didn't memorize it, and that's obviously his way of punishing the students, the kids, for not memorizing the Quran. So Tariq has a very bad experience being a Muslim because of that. So when he grows up, he basically doesn't want to be a Muslim. So he's ashamed of being a Muslim. So when he goes to college, he doesn't really want to talk to the Muslim students. His dad actually requests that his roommate in the dorm is a Muslim, and Tariq actually said he didn't want to be with a Muslim um, roommate. So he wasn't happy about that. He was embarrassed. He was ashamed of being Muslim because of the experience he had. He thought being he thought it was a bad thing. But in the school, in the college, there's a professor who is the organizer of the Muslim community at school, and he basically um, talks to Tariq and explains to him, that he shouldn't feel like that and stuff like that. But Tariq obviously he had made his own ideas um, about the religion based on what happened to him before. Basically, at the end of the movie, Tariq goes through a difficult time. Towards the end of the movie, 9/11 happens, and basically that's when Tariq finds himself again, um, a Muslim, and he also becomes he again goes to the Muslim community to be part of them because when 9/11 happened, the other students who are non-Muslims were blaming all the Muslim students at the university, and they were abusing them. They were basically beating them up. They were treating them as terrorists. They were associating them um, with the whole terrorist, and they were not. And that's also one of the things we talked in class, that um, Islam has nothing to do with terrorism or Al Qaeda or any terrorist group out there. It has nothing to do with that. As we spoke in class and we said in class, the Islamic State uh, is terrorist group is just trying to associate the religion so that they can get other people to join them, other young men who practice the faith to join them, to get more people to be with them. So those terrorists have nothing to do with the faith, with Islam, and unfortunately, in the movie, non-Muslim people don't know that. So in the movie, they attack Tariq and Tariq's friends. They beat them up. They throw bottles at them. They beat them up with like some kind of sticks, and it's just wrong to do. Um, it was a problem that they showed in the movie, but because of that, Tariq went back to being a Muslim. He went back to his community. He went back to practice a faith because he overcame all these issues that they had. So that concludes my movie, and that concludes my description of the movie, and how the movie was and what was problematic, and then how people associate Islam with terrorists because of the media. The media has shown very negative things about Muslims and Islam, and that are not real, that is not true. And that's what a lot of people believe, that Muslims are bad, but they are not. They are just Americans who are living in America and want to have a life also. So that concludes my presentation about the movie. Thank you.